Hello student and welcome. In this lecture we are going to attempt a conceptual problem of vibration and it involves the pure rolling motion. So here two important concepts we have to understand. One, what is pure rolling motion, and when we are having a vibration along with the pure rolling motion, how to write the total energy equation. So before we attempt these two problems, let's try to understand what is our rolling motion. Rolling motion is actually combination of two motion if you are having pure rotation or spinning along with the translation. So let's understand that I am showing here one disk, and suppose there are 3 points, point A, point B and point C, and this disk is rotating, only rotating, there is no translation. It is rotating about point C with an amount omega angular velocity, and radius of the disk is suppose r. If I will write the velocity of point B, it will be omega r. Velocity of point A will be omega r, but the arrow will be leftward. Point C will not have any velocity, so velocity of point C will be 0. The second case here is the translation motion. Let's assume that the entire disk is moving in the forward direction with velocity v. So all the points on the disk will have velocity v. The rolling motion is actually combination of these two motions. So when I will superimpose these two motion, I will find the rolling motion, which itself has two different types. One is the pure rolling. Means there is no slipping. So I can also write no slip. Second is the just rolling, where we have rolling along with the slip condition. And how we can visualize these two? So let's try to superpose these two motion. When I will superimpose these two motion and try to identify the velocity of the same points A, B and C, the B will have velocity which will be summation, because omega r and v both are in the forward direction, so it will have omega r plus v. Point A will have velocity 1 towards the left, that is omega r, 1 towards the right, which is v, and the C will have velocity only v. If the v and omega r are same, that means the A will have zero velocity. So velocity of A, net velocity of A will become zero, or I can say that this point will be in the rest position. And the entire body is having velocity, that means we can visualize in two way. One, the entire body is actually rotating about this point. So if B point is moving in forward direction, C will also move in the forward direction, and this will be your actual rotation. So from the kinematics we can say that A is what? A is your instantaneous center. So please remember that this is a problem in competitive exam, that when we are having pure rolling, about which point the entire body tilts. So about the base point the entire body will rotate, and the base point can be considered that as an instantaneous center. So this is the case of actually the pure rolling. Means in case of pure rolling, the entire body rotate about the base point, velocity of the base is 0. If I will make a line and try to visualize the displacement now, these are the velocity. If the entire body is rotating about this base point and it is rotating about angle theta, the center is going to move with an amount of r theta, and the top point is going to move with around 2r theta. So if this is my x, the top point will move with an amount of 2x. So this is one concept we have to remember. Second, if you have been asked to write the equation of motion, equation for the total energy of the system, hence there are two motion involved, so the energy term will also have two part, one based on the spinning, another one the translation. As we know that in case of spinning, the energy will be half I omega square, where I is the moment of inertia about the axis of rotation, so it will be about point C. So let's put omega IC. Translation means half m v square, or I can also write it x dot square. When these two terms will come together, it will show the total energy of your pure rolling system. So the pure rolling system will have velocity energy half mv square plus half ic omega square. We can also write it in other way, as we are saying that the entire body is having rotation about this bottom point. So if I will just consider the rotation and I write the total energy will be the rotational kinetic energy about point A, so I can write that my total energy will become what? Half Ia omega square. And IA is what? IA is the moment of inertia about point A, and we know that from the parallel axis theorem that IA will be the moment of inertia about the centroid plus mr square. So when I will replace this into this, I will get the same expression. You can see that my expression will become what? 1 by 2 IC plus m r square omega square. So r square omega square will again become v square, and this will be half ic omega square. So in either way you can visualize the energy, but the important thing is that you should remember this expression. So in case of pure rolling, the energy expression will have two part, one based on the translational motion, another one is the pure rotation motion, and this is really important when we are going to solve our problem. So this is your pure rolling. If we are saying that the rolling with slip means what? Means if V is not equal to omega R. In that case, there will be again two conditions. One condition, V is greater than omega R, or V is less than omega R. In both the case, what will be there? In addition to the rotation, there will be a slip. Slip may be in the forward direction or in the backward direction. It depends on these two terms. So in this case, when there will be rotation and slip, we call it is rolling with slipping motion. But these sort of problems are actually not asked in exams, but what asked here, it may be asked that whether the friction will come into the picture or not. So what you need to remember, you have to remember that in case of rolling with slipping motion, there will be a friction, and the direction of friction actually depend on this term. If V is greater than omega R, and in my case this was the V and this was the omega R, so the entire body is going to translate in this direction, so friction will in the opposite direction. Similarly, you can visualize the direction of friction, but what is important as an objective, whether friction will come here or not, so friction will be there. That means what? That means in case of pure rolling will not be friction. Normally when we are saying that it's a uniform motion, friction will not be there. So there will not be any friction when we are talking about pure rolling, no slip. However, if we are going to incorporate the acceleration part, friction will come there, but that is again an advanced course part, so we are not going to talk here. What you need to remember, you have to remember what is rolling motion and what will be the energy expression to solve the problem of vibration. So let's come back and try to solve our two problems. I will solve first the first problem. So here this statement, I am saying that the center is actually moving with an amount of x. This x is actually representing the motion of the center, and it is given in the problem. So when the center will move in the forward direction, the same extension will be there in the spring. So if I will write the extension in the extension in the spring will be x, and the potential energy of the spring half k x square. Please remember, I am not going to follow the Newton's law approach. I am following energy approach. You can solve the same problem using the Newton approach, but in this lecture I am following the total energy approach. And what is that? To find the equation of motion in natural frequency of, you have to write the total energy of your system, and that will be constant. And when you will differentiate the total energy with respect to time, this will be zero, and this expression will actually give you the equation of motion of your system. So in my case, how many elements are there? One disk having mass m and the spring, only two elements. So the potential energy in the spring will be half k x square, and the energy in the disk will be what? Just now we have seen that it is a pure rolling case. That means when the disk will have motion, there will be two terms. One is the half m v square plus half ic omega square. Now let's try to correlate what is omega and x here. So we know that the disk is rotating about base, and let's consider that this is amount theta. So the center is moving with an amount r theta, and that is given as x in the question. So what is my x? R theta. So what will be x dot? X dot will become r theta dot. The top point is moving with an amount 2x, but which is not, and theta dot is nothing but your omega. So I can replace this omega square considering this term. So the theta dot will be what? X dot by r. When I will write the entire energy equation, my equation will become 1 by 2 m x dot square plus 1 by 2 ic theta dot square, that I can write as x dot square by r square plus half k x square is equal to constant. And when I will differentiate this equation, I will get my equation of motion. So when I will differentiate, this will become the 0 and this term will become 1 by 2 m 2x dot x double dot plus 1 by 2 ic by r square 2x dot x double dot plus 1 by 2 k 2x x dot. And when I will rearrange these terms, my final expression will come mx double dot plus ic by r square x double dot plus kx is equal to 0. So this is my equation of motion of a system where we are having pure rolling of the disc and the disc center is connected with a spring. So I will suggest to remember this expression because it is very useful expression. And when I will compare this expression with my standard simple harmonic motion equation, that this is the equation where this term will represent the natural frequency. So here my natural frequency will become what? It will become the k divided by m plus ic by r square. And we know that your ic is what? Your ic for a solid disk half m r square. When I will put this expression here, I will get my natural frequency will be what? 2k by 3m under root. So this is expression for your first problem, and this is your equation of motion. Let's see the next problem, which is similar to the first problem, and the difference is what? In this case, the disk is connected at the top point. So if I will make the pure rolling diagram, I know that the center, if the center will move with an amount of x, the top point will move with an amount of 2x. So the deflection in the spring will be 2x. So the potential energy of the spring will become half k 2x square. Remaining two terms will exactly same as we are having in the first problem. So when I will write my equation, only difference is that this x will become 2x, so 1 4 will come here. The final expression will become mx double dot plus ic by r square x double dot plus 4kx is equal to 0, and your natural frequency will become what? 4k into 2 divided by 3m. So it will be 8k by 3m. I will suggest you to try the same thing what we have done in the first problem, so you will be more confident to solve such problems. And let me tell you, a similar problem has been asked in 2-3 times in GATE examination. Even in GATE 2020, a problem which is slightly modified and asked in GATE 2020. And what was the statement? Let's start with the very simple case that suppose I am having a disk which is connected with an inextensible string with a spring, and it is given that there should be no slip condition. Please understand, this term is actually the going to turn the problem just upside down. If there is slip condition, then the problem will be entirely different. If it is no slip condition, that means what? If the disk center will move in the downward direction, there should not be any slip, and that is only possible when it will have a rolling motion. And about this point, why? Because spring is going to extend. So it is exactly same the problem we have just seen, that here the disk is rotating, so the spring will extend and the entire system will roll. So here also the spring is going to extend in the downward direction and the disk will roll about this point. So this is my rotation, and if center is moving with an amount of x, the deflection in the spring will be twice of that, it will be 2x. So the expression for energy will be exactly same we have used for this, and for this case my equation of motion will be half m x dot square plus half ic by r square x dot square plus 1 by 2 k 2x square is equal to 0. Now what was the exact problem in GATE 2020? In GATE 2020, in addition to this system, they have attached one bar here that was connected with a pin joint. So what will happen when the disk will come down? The bar will also come down, but the bar is massless. The bar is actually connected with the second spring of value 2k, and the distance is L by 2, and this is also L by 2. So what will happen? Another member will add in our energy equation, and that is spring. So we must understand that what will be the deflection in this spring. So this can be understood by using the similar triangle that this end of the rod is going by an amount of x in the downward direction. So if this is x, what will be the deflection at this point? As this is at the half point, it will be x by 2. So now for the 2k spring, the deflection will be x by 2. So I have to add another term here, that will be 1 by 2 into the 2k, because the stiffness is 2k now, and my x is what? X by 2 square is equal to, now this is not 0, actually this will be a constant, and when I will differentiate it, I will get my entire equation of motion, that will be x double dot mx double dot ic by r square x double dot plus this k term. If I will add both the term, it will get 4k plus k by 2 x is equal to 0. And when I will take the natural frequency, my natural frequency will become 4k plus k by 2 divided by 3m by 2, because I can replace the IC as half m r square. So I will get this expression, and when I will rearrange them, I will get, it is coming out 3k by m. So this was a problem for 2 marks in the gate examination, but you cannot derive this problem there unless you know this expression. This extension is possible in the examination hall, but you cannot derive the expression from the scratch. So I will request that remember this expression. When I will come next time, I will bring more important problems for the vibration. Thank you.